Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
A stunning view of the moon over our... Now it's in...
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, D.A. Missing some depth tonight, but the starting lineup is intact for this team. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. We've got Aaron Gordon. Porter is out there with Monte Morris. And it's Nikola Jokic. It's Najee in at the 4 spot. And for Dallas, we've got Luka Doncic. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Well, this seems to be a game that could be very tactical, Greg. Both teams relying on execution in the half court.
And, Kevin, you're going to see a lot of ball movement and body movement, and you can't just stand around and watch one guy go to work. I think that puts so much pressure on the defense with how the game is played.
And an emphasis on coaching, too.
Yes.
Now, here's Jokic. Here's Porter. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Porter's got the opening basket of the game for Denver.
Just using his size well close to the rim. Porter is outstanding at cashing in from those spots.
And Doncic, here we go. Makes it off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Morris. After Luka Doncic's bucket, Jokic passes to Porter. A reverse, the second chance effort. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And how about the strength from the big fella? Porter is used to having to power through contact.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throw tonight.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Here's Marjanovic, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
This guy is just working his tail off on the boards. You love the effort, love the energy.
Now Morris. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when you drive the lane, you have to know where Porzingis is, because with his reach, he can sneak up and send that shot away anytime.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big men. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
Here's Najee. After Luka Doncic's bucket, outside Porter. Six on the shot clock. Morris passes to Gordon. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. Here's Richardson. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet. You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
18 feet out. And it's Doncic missing.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Jokic with the bucket.
Sometimes he seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
Now, here's Doncic. Porter pulls it in.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
The drive by Doncic. And the shot is good. Doncic has got 6.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Morris looking over the floor. Right side, Porter. Here's Jokic. Oh, that's blocked. And he's able to get it back. Morris. And another shot.
Doncic known for his offense, but twice on the pipe. Send it back, young sir.
And he uses the glass on the layup. 8 points for him.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
58 seconds left in the first. Mavericks trail by 3. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
You cannot let Doncic get established on the interior. This guy feels very comfortable wherever he is on the floor.
Doncic against Morris. Down low. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Morris.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Richardson finds Porzingis. Doncic left side. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Morris passes to Jokic. With the floater, and he sinks the layup.
Plays a rugged game down low. Jokic's toughness adds character to the identity of this team.
Jokic. And we caught up before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had a...
Selfless. I mean, you need to
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. They've got Nikola Jokic, Paul Millsap out there with JaMychal Green. Then it's Aaron Gordon, and it's Harrison in at the 1.
You can see the kind of confidence Hardaway has in his shot. This guy is so fluid in the catch-and-shoot situations.
Here's Harrison. Brunson covering. Harrison kicks to Gordon. To the inside. Green. A beautiful reverse layup.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
Well, you can't help but think of the dunk contest robbery with Aaron Gordon. Didn't receive max points on some of his dunks that clearly deserved it. Said he's done with the event after the last go, and I can't say I blame him. That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Pass to Powell. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. The shot by Cauley Stein, no good. And with the dunk contest and Aaron Gordon, some of the dunks he pulled off, Greg, were outstanding.
I mean, going over Taco Fall was the big one. The one-handed windmill was impressive as well. Gordon doesn't need a trophy. Everyone knows he's one of the best dunkers we've ever seen.
On the wing, Hardaway. Snatched away. Here's Harrison. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Jalen Brunson. And so Green will bring it up for the Nuggets. Pass to Millsap. Hardaway with the steal. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Burke with the ball. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Cauley Stein, a serviceable shooter at the line. Let's see if he can make them count.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. Now, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important. And then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. The shot's good from McGee.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Now, here's Doncic. Defense is right there. The shot, no good. Denver leading by 8. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Campazzo. The shot misses. Nice D from Doncic. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
The Mavericks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
For Denver, they've gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter, over 60% shooting. 1:10 left in the first half. To the paint. Roll the pass to Green. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Down low. Here's Doncic. It's tipped.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Now here is McGee. Passes it to Millsap. No good on the 3. Fast break, Dallas. Richardson's running. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. Finished off the break. Now just a 3-point Denver lead.
What a basketball mind when you think about Luka Doncic. This guy in the break is exploiting defenses.
Campazzo. Doncic with the block. Fast break, Dallas. Richardson's running, and it's Richardson slamming it down.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
And that'll do it for the first half of All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. The first quarter was all about Nikola Jokic. He had 10 points, 7 rebounds, and that does it for our halftime.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far, the defense has not been able to counter it.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Dallas, they've got Powell. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then it's Jalen Brunson, and it's Berg in at the shooting guard position. Now, here is Morris. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Tries from the block. Comes up empty down low. The Mavericks leading. Hardaway kicks to Brunson. Hardaway against Porter. And Hardaway gets it to go. Hardaway has got 5 points so far.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain that.
Stolen by Brunson. The Mavericks another fast break chance right here. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
You have to love the intensity that Powell plays with on the glass, using that long body to track down those offensive boards.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Morris. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Jokic, he's checked in for Denver. Gordon comes in for Shaquille Harrison. Dallas leading by 3. Here's Burke to the left side wing. Brunson with a clean look. A three-pointer off the mark.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
And for Jokic, a slow start to last season. Came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape. And boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned. And I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body. And I think we will see that in time.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Marjanovic checked in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Richardson, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. The drive by Doncic. Lays it up off the glass. Doncic has got 14.
If he sees a lane to the rim, Doncic will capitalize. Nice drive.
And there's the pass to Jokic. Back to Morris. Doncic with the steal. Marjanovic with it. Now defended by Jokic. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Great positioning on the putback.
Boy, there is a will, a drive. Aaron Gordon showing he wants to be more active on the glass.
Doncic against Porter. Now, here's Doncic. He's covered closely. Nice D from Porter.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
You know, an easy basket made possible because the assist was crisp and it was perfectly placed.
Now, here's Doncic. 14 points for him. Pass to Porzingis from outside the arc. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Najee passes to Porter. And finished off by Porter.
And he's got a great balance of knowing when to slash inside. Porter needs to keep being this aggressive on the drive.
Here's Doncic to the inside. Marjanovic. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Gordon dishes to Millsap. Back to Gordon. The shot off that time. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Inside, here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
The speed on the break from Powell right now, just booking down the court and getting to the basket.
Here's Harrison. 36 seconds left in the third quarter. Now, here's Porter. Burke covering. Yep, it goes. And the Dallas lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Porter. Brunson with it. And he lays it straight in.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game. I always like to hold for the last shot right here.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that, because it takes any chance at momentum away from your opponent.
Here's Porter, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And at 6'10", Porter is a threat to score inside, which is why the defense trying to rough him up a bit.
And Porter drops them both. Here's Brunson. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting... And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with Paul Millsap out there with Aaron Gordon. And there's JaVale McGee. Then it's Porter. And it's Harrison in at the point guard. Now Millsap. Following the miss by Michael Porter from deep. Stolen by Brunson. To the middle. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
How about the vision from the young Latvian Porzingis, showing he really can read the floor and capitalize.
Harrison passes to McGee. The kick out to Porter. 6 to shoot. And it's McGee penetrating. And he banks in the layup.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
Here's Brunson. Following the basket by JaVale McGee. And Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And Denver with a change here, too. Jokic is checked in, and Denver has possession. Following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis to the inside. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Porter.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. And Denver with a change here, too. Morris is checked in. Jokic with the steal. And here's the fast break. Millsap leading the way. Jokic finds Porter. Back to Jokic to take the lead. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. And the Nuggets lead by 1.
And just paying attention to the details, it makes great reads offensively. Jokic is so comfortable with the catch and shoot.
Here's Morris. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. And even though they're down, he was confident. He said, look, guys, I've got all the confidence in the world in you. We've been down this road before. You know what we need to do. Kevin, let's see if they can overcome this deficit.
Doncic passes to Richardson. Back to Doncic. Over Porter. Dallas again missing. The Nuggets on offense. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Here's Najee. Wow, that was
wow.
a strong dunk.
That is nice. And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Wow, Porzingis, no hesitation in the balance of the game. He delivers.
Morris outside. Gordon kicks to Morris. Inside. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Pass to Najee. Nice D from Porzingis. Mavericks trail by 5. Makes it off the glass.
He has been taking and making big shots for a long time. Luka Doncic with the delivery.
Morris outside. Launches a 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. 1:10 left in the fourth. And Doncic, here we go. And he uses the glass on the layup. Now just a 1-point Nugget lead.
Doncic relishes the opportunity to deliver in big moments. And my goodness, embrace the spotlight, young man.
Now here is Morris. And again, Denver no good.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
It's in!
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Morris with the ball. Richardson covered. And a wide open look for Porter. The Nuggets with another miss.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Over in the corner, Doncic. To the paint. Powell dishes to Doncic. It counts.
And they do have a foul to give. A 3 and nothing but a 3 will do here.
You've got to keep your composure and execute to get a quality look from 3.
So a close game sees Dallas taking this. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And check out the Mavs. Fashion first, getting off the bus. And short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Doncic. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Batum in at the 3. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
Now, here's Doncic.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
And Beverly kicks to Batum. Back to Beverly. Leonard looking over the floor. Down low. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist from Leonard.
And the powerful frame of Morris, difficult to knock him off his rhythm, and there finishing through the contact.
Here's Doncic. Goes back up. And Marjanovic with the layup.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Now here's Leonard. He kicks to Morris. Passes to Zubac. Back to Morris. Porzingis with the steal. Richardson the pass to Doncic. Knocked loose. Leonard with the steal. Outside, Batum. Morris, no good. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
And that one is good from Zubac.
Back in the day, someone would have blocked him out, but times have changed.
Tipped away. Doncic finds Porzingis. The shot, no good. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. No good off the back of the rim. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And Doncic gets it to go.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
Now Beverly. Pass to Zubac. From 10 feet out, that one's not going to go. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Out to Doncic. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop.
Always up there among the leaders in steals. Leonard gets his team out in transition.
Doncic against Beverly. Second chance shot, and the layup is good.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Leonard. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. The shot, no good.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Porzingis finds Richardson. Doncic against Beverly. Doncic, no good.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Leonard. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. The Mavericks leading. And Doncic, here we go. That's his 4th miss from the floor. He's made 2 of his shots.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
For the Clippers, Paul George comes in for Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverley.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Redick also has a sweet touch from that area.
Outside Rondo. Pass to Zubats. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. .26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside Hardaway. There's 14 seconds left in the first quarter. And that one is good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's George. Lays it up and banks it in.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
It's intercepted. And so the first quarter is in the books. Mavericks lead by 4. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
Paul George is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Oturu in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. The three from George. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in LA with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
George with the ball. The pass to Oturu.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
And the wide open shot from Redick hits the three-point bomb. Redick's got the lead up to 9 now for the Mavs.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
You know what he did? He timed it well and did a good job of contesting without committing the foul.
Now here's Redick following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins.
Great anticipation by DeMarcus. His instincts are excellent pretty much in every phase of the game. The trust George has built with his team, they know he'll finish strong if they feed him.
Here's Redick. Paul George making his last shot. Cauley Stein. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Mavericks lead by 9.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. George passes to Oturu. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Drops one in from the wing. Kennard's got his first 2 points of the night.
Always working to find open territory. Kennard's lethal in catch and shoot.
Here's Brunson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know. But he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. Here's Rondo, following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. And here is Zubats. Happy to see that one go in for a second make in 5 attempts.
Not just selling for something along the perimeter. Excellent job.
Mavericks leading by 9. Brunson scanning the floor. Passes it to Porzingis. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Showing why he's an elite talent. Porzingis making difficult physical finishes look effortless.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Leonard's checked in, and Dallas also making a switch. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Jalen Brunson. Now here's Rondo. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Leonard with the ball.
Oh, no, he didn't. So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
Doncic dishes to Richardson. Rondo against Doncic. And he makes that one. Doncic has got 6.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Here's Leonard, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Leonard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Look at the handles by Kawhi Leonard. He has worked on that part of his game. He has his defender on skates.
32 seconds left here in the second, and Doncic gets it to go.
Took him a while to get going, but here in the second quarter, he's found his rhythm.
Outside Leonard. 20 seconds left to play in the first half. That's good for his 3rd bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Doncic left side. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
Basket counts.
One thing about Kawhi, when he's driving, he eats up real estate fast with those long strides.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period. And that...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
3rd quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell is out there with Trey Burke. Then there's Doncic, and there's Porzingis, and it's Richardson in at the shooting guard. Here's Jackson to the paint. Here's Cousins. Powell pulls it in.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Burke finds Richardson. Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Poked loose. Doncic with the steal. And it's sent back by George.
Not going to be Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
Now, here's George. Burke covering. George looking over the floor. Oturu's shot is off. And it's Burke with the ball for the Mavericks. They haven't given up any points here in the second half.
Love the recognition. Realizes that one is all him.
Sometimes that's the call. You want to be unselfish, but even more so, you want to be effective.
They need this. George passes to Cousins. Plenty of room around him, and it's good. Cousins has got his first points of the night.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Here's Doncic. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
This is the shot you want, right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
George dishes to Jackson. Back to George. Pulls up on the wing, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 8.
Once he gets the ball there, you expect him to capitalize. That was a missed opportunity.
And George, here we go. No stopping him there. Jams it in. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Here's Brunson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Rajon Rondo.
Clearly a foul.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. Morris is checked in for Rajon Rondo. Clippers trail by 12. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Zubac kicks to Batum. Back to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Now Brunson. And the rejection by Zubac. Powell, no one around him, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Leonard, that's for 2. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
The aggressive approach. Leonard pushing the action, rewarded with the foul call.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Marjanovic is checked in. Here's Brunson. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Cauley-Stein kicks to Marjanovic. Pass to Brunson. And the rejection by Zubac. And the rejection by Marjanovic. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Second shot opportunity. Yep, it goes. And the Dallas Lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Kawhi Leonard.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And the rejection by Zubac. And they'll keep possession. Pass to Cauley-Stein. 5 on the clock. And Redick kicks to Brunson. Can't hit the free throw line jump. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. The Mavericks on top, up 8. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them And what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. They've got Ivica Zubac. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's man in at the shooting guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Brunson against Beverley. Now here's Brunson. He's guarded closely.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around.
Stolen by Beverley. Here's man, covered by Reddick. Beverley for three. Here's Zubac. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
He was able to simply lay it in over the top of the smaller man.
And the Mavericks call time here.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverley is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Mavericks making a switch here. Zinkas, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Billy Cauley-Stein comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
From 10 feet out, again, Los Angeles.
Outstanding decision. Kennard is getting better and better at creating offense for himself.
Rondo against Doncic. Chalk up 2 there. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's foul number 2 for him. For the Clippers, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Paul George. Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. Leonard finds Morris. 6 on the shot clock. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame. And putting his long arms there to good use. Porzingis has a large catch radius on those alley-oops.
Beverley against Doncic. Now here's Beverley. Not a lot of room. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. It's stolen by Morris. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Can't help but love the way Leonard plays the game. Stone-faced assassin.
Doncic outside. And the layup falls.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
And so Beverley will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 6. Outside, Batum. Good work there as it goes. Batum's got his first points in this one.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
On up the court. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Now just a 2-point Maverick lead.
This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
Doncic against Beverley. Doncic, no good. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Clippers making a switch here. George is checked in, and then for Dallas, Mike Powell comes in for Cauley Stein. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Dallas calls timeout. They're up by 2. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Kristaps Porzingis.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Porzingis with the block. And Beverly kicks to George. To tie it up. It drops. A huge shot to tie it up.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Outside for Redick. Doncic looking it over. It falls!
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Leonard. Count it! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Trying to ice this one. Kawhi showing his evolution as a closer.
Here's Doncic. He feeds it to Powell. Stolen by George. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Got it!
I mean, blowing past the defense, Patrick Beverly gets up and down the court in a blink.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're trailing by 2. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And with a couple seconds still on the clock, I try to get the ball in as close to the basket as possible. That way, if you miss a quick one, you may have time for a putback to tie it at the buzzer.
And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. And we'll be back right after this. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. The 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Jackson is out there with Rajon Rondo, and it's Zubac in at the center position. Here's Doncic, and Doncic throws it down.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Rondo passes to Leonard. Inside, here's Zubac. That ball is good for another field goal, his 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Tremendous composure on display. When they were down big, they did not panic. They just stuck with the game plan.
Here's Doncic. Count the basket. The coach's challenge has been issued. This game like this, on the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. That free throw good from Doncic.
And you really can't say enough about his composure in the big moments, as cool as they come.
We play just over a minute here in OT. George with the ball. This is to Leonard. Zubats in the post. Covered by Reddick. And that one is good from Zubats.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts. And the one thing I love, he really can pass.
Stolen by Beverly. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard's got the ball, and George with the stuff.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
Doncic outside. Outside, Reddick. Back to Doncic. Leonard with the steal. Cousins with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Now the pass to Beverly. Back to George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Shot clock at 6. Deep 2 from Beverly. He doesn't hit that one. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Here's Porzingis. Money! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
And with that unique combination of size and skill, Porzingis is a dependable late-game scoring option.
Leonard pitch to Beverly. Off target from outside. Porzingis against George. Outside, Reddick. Pass to Hardaway. Back to Reddick. Good on the first, and that ties the game up.
You talk about a player who steadily improved over the course of his career. That's J.J. Reddick, maximizing his potential. Fantastic job stepping up and knocking those two down. That's got to be a huge confidence builder.
And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 1. 12 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. And here's Leonard. Money!
Well, you know, the truth is Leonard's been focused all night. Has an array of go-to moves and the endurance to keep on coming.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're trailing by 1. 7 seconds left in overtime. Guys, your thoughts?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
These are the plays that people remember. I can't wait to see what he has devised.
Here's Doncic. Good!
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
A 3 from Leonard. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Up next, the Clippers taking on the Nuggets. For the Clippers. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on... And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the five for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Denver, they've got Morris. Also, Michael Porter's out there. Gordon out there with Jokic. It's Najee in at the four-man position. Morris kicks to Leonard. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Jokic with the steal. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Morris with the ball, and it's denied.
Can't be lazy around Patrick Beverley. He's going to get you down low with hands. That time, he blocks a shot. Good passing in the paint may be even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverley rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverley is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
And the Clippers have possession. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Beverley, the pass to Leonard. He kicks it to Cousins. Banked in off the glass.
Well, when you get into a system, your first system in the league where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
Passes it to Najee. Outside, Porter. Zubac against Jokic. Back to Porter. 5 to shoot. Pass to Jokic. Porter trying to free himself up. And it's Jokic missing. Here now, the Clippers. Here's Leonard. Cousins. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, it's all Boogie right there on the inside. The shot goes up. He knows where he needs to be and settles in nicely.
Morris passes to Najee. Back to Morris. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Now catching the lead pass at full speed, terrific anticipation, and the delivery on time, on target.
Now here's Beverley. The dish now to Cousins. Back to Beverley. Pass to Zubac. 20 feet out. Porter pulls it in.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Jokic. Denver passing it around. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Jokic has got his second basket of the game. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
Here's Beverley. Denver getting their last shot to go. And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him. No good on that one. Clippers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Here's Leonard. That shot off. Good defense by Jokic. Porter finds Jokic. Porter with it. Leonard picks him up and finished off by Porter.
Well, a big man who can really dish it out. Jokic really reliable, setting up his teammates.
Leonard against Porter. Porter with the steal. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. The pass to Najee. And stolen by Cousins. Zubac's the pass to Cousins. Jokic with the steal. Morris inside, defended by Beverly. Misses from close range. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Jokic with the steal. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Here's Porter. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
A high-level athlete with great run and jump ability. Porter finishes well in transition.
It's stolen by Morris. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. The deep three from George. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Denver Nuggets with their lead standing at 6 points here. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverly about his throwback stuff.
Old school basketball. You know?
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
They've got JaVale McGee, Harrison out there with Monte Morris. Then it's JaMychal Green, and it's Millsap in at the 4. That's the group for Denver getting going here in the second. Here's George. At the elbow, Batum. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Now, here is Morris. He has 6. Millsap kicks to Morris. Over Rondo. Clock at 6. It's stolen. Here's Cousins. Outside for Rondo. That 3 off the mark. The Nuggets leading by 6.
And after some time over in France and the G League, JaMychal Green catching on as a steady NBA veteran.
In Memphis, the Grizzlies played him over Zach Randolph for some time. He's a guy that just keeps working and has found a niche now as his three-point shot has found more consistency in the NBA.
So it's Denver now after the basket by Los Angeles. To the inside. Here's Millsap. Dishes it to McGee. The Nuggets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Here's Millsap. Back to McGee. And the slam dunk by McGee.
Good decision-making with the ball in his hands for Paul Millsap. That's a terrific beat.
Now here's Jackson. Kicks it to Batum. Passes it to Kennard. To the middle. Stolen by McGee. Floats one. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
Yeah, Porter working very hard to keep the play alive and come up with some point production.
And there's a minute 45 left in the first half of the game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. That's good from Jackson.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
Denver leading by 5. Pass to Jokic. Here's Najee. Denver passing it around. One-on-one fast break. Kennard the pass to George. Kennard kicks to George. Back to Kennard. To the paint and stolen by Gordon. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. And finished off by Porter.
And Porter has such great athleticism, able to get up and throw it down.
55 seconds left to play here in the half. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. This is his first free throw of the game. Throw good, Paul George.
Just 1 year in college for Paul George, and then made the transition to the NBA, and all the talk was about what it is we're seeing now. A very capable two-way player and all-star caliber talent.
44 seconds left in the second quarter. Campazzo, it's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And here's Beverly. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Leonard, great pass to set up the lay-in.
Just feel like Patrick Beverly has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
20 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Jokic. And that one hits back iron.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
And the shot is good. The Denver lead has been cut down to just 3 in the basket from Leonard.
Now, being aggressive in the painted area, you love the attacking element that Kawhi Leonard brings to the game. Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. After 2 quarters, it's Denver out in front. They have a 5-point lead. Kenny, how'd you feel? And
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's been getting it done is Michael Porter.
The burst he's had when going at the rim has been fantastic. A lot of strong finishes through 2 quarters.
This is why the best athletes in the world play this game. If he finds a hole, he rips through and throws it down.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Luke Kennard out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Batum. Then it's Paul George. And it's Oturu in at the 5 spot. What a jam!
Fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Such an outstanding effort there for the big man to stay focused with his shot. Jokic, tremendous concentration.
Here's George. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got 6.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Morris outside. Pass to Jokic. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Gordon against George. And it's blocked by Gordon.
No, I wouldn't test Gordon. With that vertical and length, please try someone else.
Denver making a switch here. And here is Los Angeles now. It's a 5-point game. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. He kicks it to Millsap. Takes it from 10. It's good on the putback.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
Jackson with it. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
They get it again. Count it, and the Nugget lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Zubac.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Bull, the pass to Millsap, uses the glass to finish the layup. Millsap's got his first 2 points.
Yeah, they've only missed 1 out of their first 5 shots here in the second half, guys. Their offense really moving well, ball snapping, and the shooting looks to be in great rhythm.
And the pass to Mann. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. The Nuggets leading by 7. Outside Millsap. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half.
Well, once Millsap sees he has an opening, he lays the hammer down on that drive.
Beverly dishes to Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Doesn't go for him. Excellent D that time there from McGee. Campazzo. It's deflected. Morris looking over the floor. Floats it up for Cousins. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Okay, 2 of the easiest points that Cousins is going to have, but in fine fashion with the big throwdown. And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Feeds it to McGee. It's stolen by Morris. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go all the way. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And that's the high motor, the long strides we're always talking about with Leonard. Killing it in transition.
And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Clippers trail by 5. Here's Beverly. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
There's something about Beverly. He seems to be one of the point guards who enjoys the physical contact out there, always looking for something.
Denver making a switch here. Jokic is checked in. 59 seconds left here in the third quarter. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Love the floor spacing with this offense because Jokic at the center can move the ball just about anywhere you want. And now he's attacking the paint.
Morris into the lane. He feeds it to Cousins. And stolen by Gordon. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Jokic and body control. Hey, years ago we wouldn't have said that. I'm saying it now.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
That's good from Beverly.
And Beverly just motivated every night to get out here, to play, to compete. He hustles and wants to make it really tough on anybody that's on the opposing side of things.
Campazzo, defended by Beverly. Campazzo, and he converts the layup. And the Nuggets lead by 7.
Now, any possession that ends in a shot from that range after good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
George passes to Beverly. Back to George. Got it off in time, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. Jokic firing on all cylinders for Denver. He not. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. The Nuggets leading by 7. They've got Harrison. He's out there with Monte Morris. Paul Millsap out there with Jermichael Green. It's Najee in at the 4 slot. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Morris, no good.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
And the Nuggets with some changes. Jokic has checked in for Millsap. Aaron Gordon comes in for Jermichael Green. And it's Michael Porter in for Harrison. It's tipped. Stolen by George. Passes it to Oturu. Jokic with the steal. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. That shot, no good. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
George with no one around. Buries it from 3-point range.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Pass to Gordon. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Jokic with the bucket. Jokic has got 10 points in just the second half.
It's amazing how much the evolution of Jokic has helped evolve the offense that's around him. A fearless player who feels like he can go up and match up against anybody in the league.
Batum finds Kennard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. George passes to Oturu. Back to George. Plenty of space. And it falls over the rim and in. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And all quarter long, he's been zeroed in and knocks down big shot after big shot here in the fourth.
Back to Morris. The tray. The shot missing. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's George. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Morris passes to Najee. Batum brings the double team. A 3 from Morris. Rebound by the Clippers.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
That evens the score.
That's why you turn to Paul George. These moments are for PG.
Denver's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Morris outside. Here's the teardrop. And he lays it up and in. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
George against Gordon. And again, Paul George. George has got the game tied up here for Los Angeles.
Yeah, it was weird because it looked like the defense was ready for the move, but Paul George had a little something extra for him.
Bounce pass from Morris. Here's Jokic, and it goes down 2 points.
He's simply staying aggressive right now, and Jokic is ready to shoot at the biggest moments.
.135 left to play in the final quarter. Here's George. It's hauled in by Gordon. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Here's Jokic. He makes his 10th basket of the night from the field. He has missed 2 shots from the floor.
Jokic getting out and running. That's a huge plus for this offense. Determined to beat some people up the court.
Back to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
Davis against Jackson. The kick out to Porter. Shot clock at 5. He can't get it to go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Puts it up from 12. Here's Jackson. Yes! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
Jokic inside. Yes!
Jokic stepping up big time here.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They trail by 2. 29 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Nikola Jokic.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Stron Lou as he talked with the team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, get into the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
Los Angeles calls timeout. That'll be a 5-second call.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
Here's Harrison. And so Mike Malone calls a timeout. Jokic. It's in!
And at 7'2", Bull has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
So it's the Nuggets taking the W in a close one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. Missing some depth tonight, but the starting lineup is intact for this team. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. We've got Josh Richardson. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Doncic, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. And for the Nuggets, Michael Porter's out there with Morris. Then there's Bull. Then it's Aaron Gordon, and it's Jokic in at the center. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And no doubt last season was a bit of a step backwards for Aaron Gordon. After that breakout 2019 season, his numbers just didn't hold up.
And, you know, Greg, the issue was his shooting. You know, Gordon had a tough time from distance, especially from three-point range. Some of that is maybe mechanics, but also shot selection a part of it. And I also thought he was a little more passive with the ball, maybe a little more indecisive. But, again, he's a young player, really young player, so I'm thinking it was probably just an off year for him, and he'll bounce back in good fashion.
And it's Gordon finishing it off.
You know, even when the defense is a little handsy, Gordon is a pro at completing these drives.
Doncic feeling it out. Over Porter. Misses off the right iron. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Morris with the ball. He gets that one.
And at 7'2", Bull has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
Doncic against Gordon. Porzingis passes to Doncic. Lays it up and banks it in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Jokic. There's the dish to Gordon. And it's Gordon with the finish.
Hey, listen, Gordon once jumped over a mascot while putting the ball under his legs in a dunk contest. I mean, he's one of the most ridiculous athletes and dunkers we have in the game.
Doncic finds Porzingis. Offensive rebound. Marjanovic. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Here's Morris. Pass to Jokic. Back to Morris. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Kicks it out to Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Denver needs to get off a shot. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Back to Porzingis. Richardson against Morris. Here's Marjanovic. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Denver. Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks.
Boy, good vision that time from Michael Porter Jr. Saw the wide open teammate and then got the pass to him right on time.
Here's Brunson. He can't hit that time. And it's Denver the other way. And it's Gordon penetrating. And Green slams it in.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
Yeah, GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on a play.
Here's Redick. The Nuggets getting the bucket. And there's the pass to Brunson. 6 to shoot. The feed to Powell. Over Gordon. The shot by Powell, no good. And it's Harrison with the ball for Denver. And Porter, here we go. That one drops for him.
But when Porter is attacking, the defense is in trouble. Have to respect his ability to put it on the floor.
Here's Brunson. Dallas again missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Millsap finds Green. Back to Millsap. And it's slammed in by Millsap.
And this is what happens when Millsap gets deep inside. Superb at finishing with force.
And here's Brunson. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball.
That's exactly right. No need to catch it when you've got the kind of soft hand.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Nuggets lead by 2. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Cauley Stein. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Cauley Stein. Lays it up off the glass. Cauley Stein's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Mavs.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
Morris kicks to Green. Pass to Harrison. On the wing, Morris. Goes back up. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Bowles checked in.
Well, you look at McGee and the career resurgence he's undergone, guys, outstanding. I mean, when he's been in the right situation, he's been very effective.
Good on the bucket.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve. And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of it, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Morris against Doncic. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. Outside, Porzingis. Doncic, no good.
You know, he looks a little off kilter to me this quarter. Still trying to find his rhythm.
Passes to Morris. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Off with the layup. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Cauley Stein, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Denver in the lead. Morris outside. Kicks to McGee. To the inside. Here's Harrison. Shot clock at 6. Outside Gordon. Morris against Doncic. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Jokic, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. And then for Dallas, Marjanovic checked in for Cauley Stein. And it's Burke in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Porzingis high post. He's against Morris. They grab their own miss. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. That one off the back iron and out. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. And the turnover again by Denver.
Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
A different look for Denver. Paul Millsap's checked in for Bol. JaMychal Green comes in for Gordon. And Porter subbed in for Morris. Then for the Mavericks, Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Luka Doncic. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Richardson. Now here's Burke. Tight defense on him. Powell the pass to Marjanovic. Count it. Good. Marjanovic has got 9 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And that one clear. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. Oh, that was terrific!
My goodness!
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
Snatched up.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is, that's a tough shot.
Marjanovic kicks to Hardaway. Lets it go from 11, and no good on the last second attempt this time. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. The Mavericks on top.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Some good moments from both teams, but and that'll do it.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Boban Marjanovic, he's really playing well.
What a welcome surprise that first half. Went above and beyond his usual scoring output.
Well, you know what? They've given him an increased role tonight, and he's taken full advantage of it.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So on the floor for Denver, we've got Monte Morris. Bol is out there with Gordon. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Jokic in at the center, filling out the middle. Runs in the pass to Cauley Stein. Up and in from the low block. Cauley Stein's got 6. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
Feeds the ball. Inside. Jokic passes to Gordon. That shot off. Mavericks leading by 3. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
You know, guys, KP sometimes is just overwhelming. I mean, when he gets good positioning, he sometimes just forces the defense to foul.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the call up against Jokic. That's his first foul. And the Nuggets making a change here. Millsap's checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Hardaway's checked in. Porter against Doncic. Looking to end his cold spell. And that's 2 points on the layup. Doncic has got the lead up to 7 now for the Mavs. Morris looking over the floor. He feeds it to Millsap. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Here's Porzingis. And Dallas again with the bucket.
You don't see many big guys run the floor like this, do you? I mean, Porzingis special.
Now, here is Morris. Down low, McGee. And the slam dunk by McGee.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Up top, Doncic. Guarded by Porter. And Doncic gets it to go.
Well, you look at Doncic, so confident, even from this area. He knows he can make it happen.
Morris against Doncic. Morris into the lane. Drops in the layup for 2. Morris has got his second bucket. Doncic with it. 8 points for him. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Billy Cauley-Stein comes in for Marjanovic. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. And we may have an injury here that does not look good.
Well, I mean, you really feel for him. I mean, and the entire team. Just, you got to hope for the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, this is why you build out your depth as best you can. I mean, you just never know when injuries might show up.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Here's Morris, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Denver shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
And Morris drops them both. Here's Brunson. 1:09 left to play in the 3rd. Pass to Kleber. Now here's Powell. Guarded by McGee. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And the Denver Nuggets get called for the foul.
And Powell, with that long body of his, does a nice job going at the defense and forcing them to foul.
Here's Morris. 6 points for him. 54 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. There's the pass to Najee. And he jams it with authority.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Morris against Brunson. Tips it up. Great positioning on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 9.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Morris and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Brunson finds Hardaway. Kleba with it. Pass to Brunson. Now Hardaway. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Hardaway has got the lead up to 9 now for the Mavs.
Boy, Hardaway Jr. is a competitor now, showing you some real toughness. He's not going to give you an inch. He's going to fight you to the finish.
Morris outside, and we've watched 3 so far in this one. Mavericks lead by 9. Don't go anywhere. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got J.J. Redick. Richardson is out there with Burke, and there's Porzingis, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 4.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Porzingis can't hit.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Richardson outside. Now here's Burke, guarded by Porter. Porzingis can't hit.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
And yes, it's good. Morris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, this has been a totally different half for him. He definitely looks more comfortable now, guys.
Now Burke. Out to Porzingis, back to Burke. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
Excellent court awareness from the big man there. Porzingis proving to be a reliable passer.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Dallas making a switch here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Marjanovic comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Hardaway's checked in for Richardson. And Doncic is subbed in for Burke. Powell finds Hardaway. Dallas moving the ball around. Free throw line jump shot, and a little luck that time, but it drops.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Yeah, it's not a surprise then to see them out in front the way they've been efficient offensively in this half and actually throughout the entire game.
And it's time for an injury report. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge for an update on Willie Cauley-Stein. David.
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Mavericks gave us some information. He told me it's a sprained elbow. Now, they put some ice on it, and they're hoping that he doesn't have any inflammation. He won't play any further tonight, obviously, and will be out for quite a while. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. The Nuggets trail by 7. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Jokic trying to free himself up, and there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Jokic.
Hey, when you look at Jokic, forget about calling him a good passing big man. He's a great passer, period.
Here's Doncic. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
Morris against Reddick, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Mavericks?
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
Yeah, and something else they've done all through this one is knock down the mid-range jump shot whenever they've had the chance.
Paul Millsap is checked in for both, and Dallas also making a switch. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him. And it's clear Porter is a gutsy guy, someone who enjoys taking and making huge shots for his team.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. And here is Doncic.
Luka does not back away from the big stage, guys. This young fella loves to be center stage in the biggest moments.
So the first one drops, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. A different look for Dallas. Porzingis, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Trey Burke comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Josh Richardson subbed in for J.J. Redick. 1:07 left in the fourth. Here's Doncic. The shot will not fall. Good work defensively by Millsap. And Morris has got the ball here for Denver. Now the feed to Gordon. It's good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game? Yes.
Doncic passes to Porzingis, and that one goes long.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Doncic against Porter. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
Oh, just got too aggressive. You've got to play smart. Got to it on the way down. And that's a big whistle.
Now, here is Morris. Inside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Millsap. It falls!
Timeout. Millsap lives for moments just like this. Calm, cool, collected, taking huge shots when the game is tight.
Dallas calls timeout. They're trailing by 1. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
Here's Doncic. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Paul Millsap picks one up.
There's an awful lot to like about Doncic, but probably what jumps out at me most is how competitive he is. I mean, he wants to dominate whoever's guarding him.
And so Mike Malone calls a timeout. What do you think, guys?
And they have just enough time for a catch and shoot here. It has to be an immediate shot, though. That's their only hope.
So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interest. Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
And the Clippers starting five. We've got DeMarcus Cousins, Patrick Beverley out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubats in at the five, roaming the paint. And for the Mavericks, Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. Then there's Marjanovic, and there's Porzingis, and it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. 2 on the clock, a 3 from Leonard. It's rebounded by Porzingis. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Now, here's Doncic.
You got to remember that Luka Doncic is so much more than a shooter. He's got every shot in his arsenal, even amongst the trees in there.
And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
So it's the Mavericks now, after the Clippers pick up 2. The drive by Doncic, and Doncic throws it down.
There's a burst that allows Luka Doncic to be effective on his drives. You're not going to catch him standing around. This guy is in attack mode.
Now here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Passes it to Beverley. Kicks it to Leonard. Pass to Zubats. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And Porzingis, here we go, up again, and Doncic is right there. Doncic has got 6. The Clippers trail. Now Beverley. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul are 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness. All the while, he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Powell, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. J.J. Redick's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Zubats. Luke Kennard comes in for Marcus Morris. Jackson, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Here's Porzingis, following the score by Reggie Jackson. And he gets it to go. 5 points in the game.
Oh, guys, you have got to love those long strides. KP able to cover some ground on his way to the rim.
Now here's Jackson. And 1:01 left here in the opening quarter. There's the feed to Batum. Nice D from Porzingis.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Hardaway, no good. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
No good. Shot missing. Nice D from Porzingis. Here's Brunson. Tries yet again. It's stolen by Rondo. Knocks it loose. Hardaway with the steal. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
If Powell's on the court, he's a threat to dunk it. Incredible athleticism.
Clippers trail by 5. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. On the wing, Batum. Jackson has the open look. Los Angeles with another miss. Here's Powell. Runs in the pass to Porzingis. In the corner, Powell with it. Here's Redick.
That's the size and the instincts defensively of DeMarcus Cousins. Nicely done.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. It's Dallas. They're up by 5. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kennard is out there with Jackson. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Batum. And it's Cousins in at the 5 down low. Mavericks leading by 7. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Mavericks shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Clippers trail by 7.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Powell, count the basket.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Jackson passes to Oturu. Hardaway against George. The pass to Oturu. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Pass to Cauley-Stein. Powell with it. It's hauled in by George.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
It's George on the wing. Here's Oturu, and he uses the glass on the layup. Oturu's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's a defensive breakdown. You can't let him get that deep.
One of your keys defensively is do your work early and push him out of his comfort zone.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. That sends Jalen Brunson to the free throw line. That's on Reggie Jackson. Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Zingas, he's checked in for Powell. Marjanovic comes in for Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Trey Burke. Now here's Beverly. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Leonard attacking, and then Leonard with the dunk.
You can see the handle of Kawhi Leonard so much tighter than it used to be. How confident is he off the dribble?
Brunson against Beverly. Brunson kicks to Porzingis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Doncic is checked in for Dallas. To the right side. To the paint. Here's Zubats. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Yeah, Patrick Beverley making it easy for his teammate to score.
Richardson the pass to Doncic. Over Beverley. Porzingis on the follow.
And they continue to control the glass.
Clippers trail by 8. Leonard looking over the floor. Over in the corner, Beverley. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Here's Porzingis. Feeds it to Richardson. Dallas moving it around. Finney Smith can't get it to go. And so Beverley will bring it up for Los Angeles. Cousins. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. A pass to Porzingis.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
Clippers have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Leonard the pass to Beverley. Zubac against Porzingis. No good from Zubac. Mavericks leading by 10. Here's Doncic. Misses in close. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. A different look for Dallas. Mike Powell comes in for Marjanovic. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Rondo's checked in. Now here's Rondo. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Leonard with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. Zubac kicks to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Tries it from 9. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Here's Doncic. A second chance effort. And it's, yeah, wow, he nails. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, the first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a... And that should do.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Porzingis having a dominant impact in this game.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low, just great work.
Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Doncic. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 8. Lets it go with the 3. Marjanovic passes to Finney-Smith. And here's Doncic from the arc. Kennard with the rebound.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
It's hauled in by Richardson. Mavericks leading by 12. Here's Porzingis. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Now here's Jackson. 90 seconds now into the second half. Powell with the steal. And here comes the break. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. Jackson finds Batum up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. And here's Brunson. He has 5. Got a hand on it, and he gets it back. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Brunson's got the lead up to 14 now for the Mavs. George dishes to Jackson. Right side, George. Here's Oturu. Guarded by Powell. Oturu, the pass to Batum. Yes, that goes in. Batum's got 4 points in the quarter.
What an effective, efficient offensive possession. They'd love to get that shot every trip down the floor.
Jackson against Brunson. Ball's knocked loose. Clippers trail by 12. And Batum kicks to Kennard. Jackson passes to Oturu. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
J.J. Redick's checked in for the Mavericks. Luka Doncic comes in for Jalen Brunson. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Porzingis, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Marjanovic comes in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. And Josh Richardson subbed in for J.J. Redick. Shooting foul, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. Over in the corner, Zubats. Leonard finds Beverly. Cousins inside, guarded by Marjanovic. The pass to Leonard. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. There's 1:17 left in the third quarter. And here's Doncic from the arc. The Clippers grab the miss.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot. Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end. But right now, the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
Here's Doncic. The Clippers getting the bucket. Fires from the corner, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Doncic has got 10 points in the game.
Well, the assertiveness to his approach. Luka Doncic on the catch and shoot. Easy.
Leonard attacking. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. 32 seconds left in the third. Stolen by Beverly. And here we go with Morris, running it up the court, and finished off by Leonard.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 10. 12 seconds left in the third. Finney Smith kicks to Reddick. 5 to shoot. Doncic passes to Porzingis. He gets it in there.
Well, Porzingis stays aggressive on the offensive end, and with the kind of offensive arsenal he has, it's exactly what you hope for, guys.
And so it's Dallas with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Los Angeles. It's a 10-point game. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's Man in at the 2. Now Doncic. And he banks in the layup.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
So both teams changing it up here. And here is Los Angeles now, trailing by 10. A nice shot by George.
And you can sense the urgency from them now. They were flat in that first half, but they've come out here in the second and been much more aggressive offensively.
That's tipped. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Oturu, the pass to Batum. Outside for George. The offensive rebound. Four on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Kennard's shot is off. Mavericks leading by 8 to the inside. Brunson, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
George with the bucket.
How about these big shots for him in the fourth? He has been locked and loaded offensively.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Brunson against Jackson. Out to the right wing. Here's Burke. Here's Cauley Stein. Batum with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. And George with the stop.
Now that's about timing and precision and knowing for Paul George how to use that leaping ability to get that alley-oop.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Brunson with it. 6 to shoot. Got a piece of it. They recover it. Locks it again, and he recovers it. Powell, that's good. Clippers trail by 8. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Kennard, the pass to Oturu. It's rebounded by Dallas. Powell's got 6 rebounds in the game. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Cauley Stein, a serviceable shooter at the line. Let's see if he can make them count.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. Richardson comes in for Burke. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. George looking around. Outside for Jackson. Outside Leonard. To the middle. Zubac the pass to Jackson. Just 2 to shoot. Leonard no luck. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Well, they love to see Powell keep his eyes up and look for his teammates. The more assists they get out of him, the more dangerous their offense will be.
1:12 left in the fourth quarter of this one. George with the bucket. George has got 8 points in the quarter.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off. Just sensational stuff. And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for Dallas.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Porzingis.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
Kicks it out to Leonard. Takes a three. That shot off the mark. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Doncic gets it to go.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
And it's Leonard with the jam.
We are talking about a solid 230 pounds. Kawhi Leonard's strength and his frame allows him to get shots off under duress.
Beverly against Doncic. He drops the first one, and that'll push the lead to double digits.
And I think for Luka Doncic, one thing he showed right away is he was prepared to be an NBA player. And the fact of the matter is he could be an all-star for a long time moving forward.
Beverly for three. Sinks the triple.
And he gives up some size on that play, but the defender fails to close the gap.
It's incredible to me how players have become so adept at creating just enough.
Looking now at the lineup for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. They've got Morris. He's out there with Porter. Jokic is out there with Gordon. It's Najee in at the four-man position. And for Los Angeles, the perimeter filled up by Leonard and George. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Oturu in at center. And it's the Clippers with the ball. There's the lob to the hoop. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Here's Leonard, following the basket by Jokic. Leonard the pass to George. And George with the stuff.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
Beverly against Morris. First quarter, just over a minute played. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
You know what he did? He timed it well and did a good job of contesting without committing the foul.
Now here's Beverly. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Every organization needs team-first guys like Patrick Beverly. That's a terrific pass.
Morris passes to Porter. Here's Najee. Back to Porter. Great D that time from Leonard.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Pass to Oturu. Outside for George. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Los Angeles. The Nuggets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Morris with the ball. Back to Porter. Morris finds Porter. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
And he's just adept at scoring in so many ways. It's clear Porter very comfortable operating inside.
Here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now, here is Morris. It's stolen. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
The Nuggets trail by 6. Morris kicks to Jokic. A minute 50 left to play in the first quarter. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse. Jokic has got his second basket of the game.
Plays a rugged game down low. Jokic's toughness adds character to the identity of this team.
And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That's his first foul. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Now Beverly. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Back to Leonard. Tries from 10. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Campazzo, defended by Beverly. Here's McGee. And the slam dunk by McGee.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like Greg for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. Now here's Leonard. 6 points for him. And it's blocked.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Count that bucket.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Stolen away, and here's the break. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Stolen by Beverly. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Bull the pass to Green. Outside Millsap. Back to Green. Pass to Millsap. And Bull wide open. Oh, my goodness, with no time left on the clock.
Without a moment to
tie game in Los Angeles. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified the right matchups, and the execution is there.
They've got Ivica Zubac. Marcus Morris is out there with Paul George. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. The Nuggets making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. Porter dishes to Green. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Millsap inside, working on Zubats. Here's McGee, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on George.
Well, how can you not love the continued resurgence of JaVale McGee? There were some years where he was trying to figure it out. Now he's a big factor for this team at center.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Luke Kennard. Rondo passes to Mann. Outside for Jackson. Here's George. Shoots from 12. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Bringing the intensity on the glass. If Paul George is out there, he's going to give it his all.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Throw good, Paul George. You know, Smitty, the change for McGee's pretty simple. He got some direction on how to play. Now he does everything he can to play within himself.
Kevin, that has been a huge difference maker for JaVale McGee. And you know, when he's focused, he can make an impact. Plays in short bursts, but very effective.
Shot clock at 5. Millsap passes to Green. Stolen by George. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Oturu's shot is off. Denver in the lead, and here we go. Here's Millsap. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
A rugged finish from Millsap, undeterred by the defense.
Clippers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And here's Leonard. 6 points for him.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
The drive by Green. The shot missing. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Outside for George. Back to Leonard. Outside, George. And Leonard has it in the corner. To the inside. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. The kick out to Porter from past the arc. The rebound by Paul George.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Leonard, the pass to Oturu, and stolen by Gordon. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Morris with the ball. Good on the shot. Now it's a 7-point Nugget lead.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
George trying to break free. And it's Beverly missing. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Najee passes to Porter. With the shot. And it's Denver scoring again.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
They could use a bucket. And the call. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Morris passes to Jokic. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Jokic has got the lead up to 9 now for Denver. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Poor decision there to heave the ball so far down the court. I mean, there's plenty of better places to go with it.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets ahead by 9.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basket. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. The period wrapped up with the teams on level. And that should...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. Monte Morris is out there with Porter. And there's Gordon. And it's Nikola Jokic. It's Najee in at the 4. Clock at 6. Here's Oturu. No good that time. And the Nuggets going the other way. And he dunks it down.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. George dishes to Leonard. Pass to Oturu. Outside, George. Three-pointer. Jokic grabs the miss.
Starting the half with 3 straight misses. Not how they envisioned this one.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
And this is how you score in transition. And Paul George, you just have to appreciate his hustle.
Morris looking over the floor. Offline with his 3. Clippers trail by 9. And Leonard has it in the corner. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
Paul Millsap's checked in for Denver. Shaquille Harris comes in for Monte Morris. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those 2 guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Well, go figure is right. Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubats is checked in, and Denver also making a switch. Green's checked in. Shot clock at 2. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Now here's Rondo. He's guarded closely. Millsap with the steal. And the pass to Porter. And finished off by Porter.
He just jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk, and he doesn't think twice about it.
Here's Rondo. Passes it to Kennard. And here is Zubats. Clippers moving the ball around. Right side, Rondo. Here's Mann. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Mann's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Rondo is out there to distribute the ball. He is a master at finding the open man.
right around 3 minutes into the second half. Here's Harrison. Rondo with some nice D. Clippers trail by 6. Here's Kennard. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Gordon, the pass to Millsap, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
And a wide open look for Rondo. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Rondo is certainly capable of drilling the jumper. Got to at least get a hand in his face.
Harrison passes to Gordon. 1:05 left in the third quarter of the game. The Clippers have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Porter with the steal. Here's Green. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Nuggets lead by 8.
Yeah, it's been about the fast break. Been real kind to him here early, and they are clicking in transition.
Rondo drives in, and easy 2 points on the layup. Rondo's got 6 in the quarter.
Got to respect the attacking mindset of Rondo. Always looking to go right to the cup.
Gordon kicks to Harrison. Puts up a 3. Rebound by the Clippers. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the third. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Millsap with the steal.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yes, you do, but it's a dilemma. If you get a great look earlier in the clock, do you take it?
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Here's Rondo. Off on that one. And we've reached the end of the third. The Nuggets on top, leading by 8. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. A perimeter filled up by Leonard and George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Oturu in at the 5 down low. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Count it.
This is what Cousins gives you. Good recognition. The ability to make plays for his teammates.
The Nuggets leading by 6. Morris outside. Pass to Jokic. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
George passes to Leonard. Pass to Oturu. And a missed layup. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. They're leading by 8.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Oh, perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Here's Leonard. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Najee, good. And now it's a 12-point Nugget lead.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
It's a winning approach when you execute. That's the key. They're playing fast, but also under control.
Leonard kicks to Beverley. Launches it. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists in the game. Morris against Leonard. There's the pass to Najee. Back to Morris. Shot clock at 6. Here's Jokic. Passes it to Najee. Kicks it out to Gordon. Denver passing it around. Jokic inside. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. And then for Denver, Paul Millsap's checked in for Aaron Gordon, and it's Austin Rivers in for Harrison. Jokic against Zubac. Pass to Rivers. Here's Najee. Misses the three. Clippers trail by 9, and now the Clippers on the break. Here's Leonard. Got it. Good job in the low post.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Morris with the ball. He kicks it to Rivers. Back to Morris. Fires the three. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
So difficult to stay planted, especially with all the motion around you. Annoying turnover.
George finds Leonard over Rivers. Stolen by Rivers. And here we go with Morris. Running it up the court. He lobs it up and finished off by Rivers.
And what started it all, terrific anticipation on the defensive end.
Most teams now are looking to play with pace. No better way to ignite the break than off a turnover.
Leonard tries again, and it's sent back by Morris. Inside, here's Najee over Leonard. Najee, no good. Clippers trail by 9. Leonard attacking. It's good.
Driving with a purpose. Leonard shakes off the hit, maintains focus, count it.
Morris against Beverly. Pass to Jokic. Leonard with the steal. Down low. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
Now Morris. Now here's Jokic. Now the pass to Najee. Stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard with the ball. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. Gordon's checked in for the Nuggets. Michael Porter comes in for Austin Rivers. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Morris against Beverly. There's the triple. A three-pointer is right on target. And the Nuggets lead by 8.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
Leonard with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. And it's Beverly missing. And it's the Nuggets ball. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And here's Jokic. So the Nuggets win it. A solid win on the road. David, thank you as always.